Hello and welcome once again. We are very happy to have you here. Today the doctor is going to talk about keeping your eyes on your blood sugar levels. How high blood glucose levels directly damages the tiny blood vessels in your retina. So if you are ready, let's go.
Today we're tackling a super important topic: how high blood sugar or glucose directly impacts your vision, specifically by damaging the tiny blood vessels in your retina. You might think of diabetes as a condition that affects your pancreas or your weight, but as we have shown in our previous discussions, it can have a profound and often silent effect on your eyes. This is a picture of the inside part of your eye. The fine lining inside the eyeball is called the retina. It is like a highly sensitive film inside a camera. It is the retina that captures all the light that enters your eye. It then sends those images to your brain. It is then and only then that your brain can interpret what your eye is seeing outside and interpret it so that you can see. Now, this intricate part of the inside of your eye is supplied by an incredibly fine network of blood vessels. When your blood glucose levels are consistently high, it's like constantly running too much pressure through a very delicate hose. This excess sugar starts to make the walls of these tiny blood vessels weak and leaky. Over time, these damaged vessels can swell, leak more fluid, or even bleed into your eye. When this happens, then the required amount of blood that should supply all parts of the retina beyond the leaky area is reduced. In a more serious scenario, the blood supply may be completely cut off. Now, when parts of the retina do not get the blood it needs to function, the cells may lose function and then die. And when they die, the tissue and the vision for those parts of the eye is lost. But human body cells do not die without giving a fight. So what some parts of those areas that don't get enough blood do, is they might try to compensate by growing new blood vessels. This is aimed at bypassing the blocked area. Think of a riverbed that is blocked by a fallen rock. The water overflows its banks and tries to create a new bed so the accumulated water can flow out of that area. However, these new blood vessels are abnormal blood vessels. They are often very fragile and prone to bleeding. So the development of these new leaky blood vessels come to make the problem worse. This entire process is what is called diabetic retinopathy. Blocked blood vessels, leakage of blood by the retina vessels, the bypassing of the blocked vessels by new, fragile, more leaky blood vessels, and spillage of blood inside the eye. And this, my friends, is the leading cause of blindness among working-age adults. Is that all, or is there a more scary scenario? Well, in its early stages, you often won't experience any symptoms. You might not notice any blurry vision or blind spots until significant damage has already occurred. But I must also tell you that it is not all parts of the retina that have the same sensitivity and function. So in some cases, leakage may not affect the vision much, and we can have a scenario described above until significant damage has occurred. However, there is a very sensitive part of the retina that we use for very fine vision. This is the area inside the retina that we use to read fine print, see the fine colors, see the nuances of love on the faces of the people who love and admire us. This is the area of the retina that makes vision very sharp and clear. This area is called the macular region. If spillage occurs in this area, then the vision will go down suddenly and very fast. And it's very difficult to get the vision back when this area has been dramatically affected. So it is not unusual for a diabetic to wake up one morning and find himself completely incapable of seeing. When blood leaks into this macular region, the situation is often catastrophic. That's why understanding this direct link between sugar and your eye health is highly crucial. It empowers you to take control of your blood sugar. The control of your blood sugar is the most powerful tool you have in preventing and slowing down this damage. Stay tuned, because in our next video, we'll talk about what you can do about it.